Michael Winterbottom directs The Trip. It stars Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon, and those two are well known to people in Britain and in Wales, because that's where both of them are from respectively, and they are in a feature-length edition of the BBC television series of the same name. The Trip features these two men in character really as themselves, as it were, and they take a trip into the British countryside, going up north in England to spend a week in the Lake Country, where both will be sampling some of the beautiful and delicate foods in restaurants in that part of England. Steve Coogan plays a man who's been asked by the Observer newspaper of London to go and sample these foods. He's also an actor who wants more roles in film, meatier roles, while Rob Brydon's character, his name is Rob in the film, he is a family man, happily married, with a young daughter who's cute and beautiful, and all he really wants to do is go on this trip and come back to be with them. Steve, on the other hand, well, he's really all over the place. Personally, he has a lot of different things going on. A girlfriend who was supposed to join him on this trip instead of his best friend, Rob, and he also has to worry about his teenage son. But the trip is not about really those things. It's about these two men and how they bond over time. This road picture has a feel of others, but it also resembles films like My Dinner with Andre. And even though that film stayed at a dinner table for the entire film, this movie feels the same, that the characters do get to move around a bit as they do drive through the hills and dales of England, and they do get to stay at some of the more choicier, more comforting places. The fun of this film is their one-upmanship. They try to do each other one better with impressions of actors from around the world that they love and admire, and they also try very much to see how far they can go and how far they can get on this trip. It's a funny film. Food is a huge character, but also the undercurrents of what's not said in this film make it a surprisingly moving venture. It's laugh out loud funny. You'll have a lot of fun with Steve Coogan, of course, and also with Rob Brydon. Both of them have worked with Michael Winterbottom before in such films as Tristram Shandy. That's the last time they were paired together. Coogan has also starred in Mr. Winterbottom's 24-Hour Party People, one of the most hilarious films that he's done, and certainly Steve Coogan in that was very memorable. He's also memorable here. He plays comedy and he also plays drama well. And The Trip is a film that really is worth your while. I recommend it highly. It's The Trip, and it's directed by Michael Winterbottom, and it's all improvised so beautifully by Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon. I'm Omar Moore for the Popcorn Reel.